What's up, guys? I am not happy this time about being back with yet another video of another Smok product. Can you guess? It stopped firing. It stopped firing. This is the Smok Mico, some say Mico, whatever it may be, your definition or your pronunciation, should I say. Long story short, we'll get right to it. Mine stopped firing. I mean, really shocking, right? Guess what? The pods leak. Again, it is a shocker and a disappointment coming from Smok. First thing we need to do, this is going to be a really easy fix, okay? You get your pod, you get your Mico, and you put the Mico away. You grab your old Smok Novo. That is if it still works. You stick the pod from the Mico into the Novo, and you use that. See how well it fits? It fits right in there. There's no gap at all. And then you hit it. It's still auto firing, but it's a fix, right? Also, you got to push down, like, because there's no act. Fortunately for the Mico, we had some issues in my last video with the Novo. You know, I told people be very careful about pouring alcohol just into it, onto the circuit board, everything. Even though I did it in the video, mine turned out fine. Don't do it. I'm not recommending. And again, just as a public disclosure that I don't believe I put out last time on the last video, please take this at your own risk. If it breaks yours, if you break yours, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I didn't tell you to do this. This is how I fixed mine. Okay. Back to the alcohol. I know I had to squeeze out like, 10 of these little alcohol pads to get, I don't know, about that much. Your first step here, honestly, is to turn the switch off, okay? That cuts the power to the battery, or at least so we hope. You take your alcohol and you just pour it all over there and just kind of pour the alcohol all over your Mico and hope to see what happens. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll destroy it, maybe it won't. On a real note, hopefully I didn't just like short circuit it. I'm just gonna clean this up real quick. On a serious note here, the actual fix, here's what I did to fix mine. I did not take this apart yet, okay? I did not take my Mico apart completely. I haven't gotten that brave just yet because I've fixed it twice now with an easier fix, and that's simply, yes, a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Literally what I did was drop some into the little port down inside, okay? And that's where the sensor is. Just like on the Novo, there's an air sensor, and when you pull on that air sensor, it detects it. The difference with the Mico is, number one, they say they fixed the auto fire issues. Well, it does seem so because I've not had any auto fire issues. And they added a handy dandy little on-off switch. The light is great. It tells you if it's charged, if it's not, if it recognizes the pod, so on. So if yours stops hitting, I'm still cleaning this out. Maybe that was not a good idea. Maybe it wasn't a bad idea either. On a serious note, again, no more joking around here. Q-tips, and alcohol. You're gonna need both. Here's my recommendation, and I fixed it twice this way. So I've been really happy with the Mico so far. Very satisfied. It was probably my fault for just not cleaning it. Again, same thing with the Novo. Guys, you've got to clean the mod. The pods are gonna leak. They do that. They go about 3 days without leaking, and the pod starts leaking. You refill it a couple times, it starts leaking. It is what it is. You use the Q-tip to really kind of get down in there, clean the corners, all them dark crevices down there. Sorry. The alcohol helps because, again, it kind of, when the alcohol kind of grabs onto that e-liquid, the e-juice, e-liquid, it doesn't evaporate, okay? It's more oil than anything. It's an oil-based substance. It's not just gonna evaporate like water, or especially not like alcohol, okay? In a real note here, honestly, take some alcohol. If you've got something besides alcohol wipes, please. I made that way harder. Again, I'm surprised I'm too lazy to run to the store and get some. I mean, who wants to stand in line at Walmart or the dollar store? Anyway, drip some alcohol down in there, okay? It's not gonna hurt it. Turn the switch off, okay? If it does blow yours up, you heard my disclosure. I'm gonna put it in the description too. I'm not liable for anything that you do or don't do, or what happens to your face if you, anyway. Put some alcohol down in there. Let it kind of, contact all the juice down in the bottom. Clean that out first. And honestly, try to get some alcohol down inside that little sensor hole, for lack of a better term. It's probably kind of blurry. Anyway, There's that hole down in the middle there, okay? Get some alcohol down in there, okay? Get a little bit. It's just going to evaporate. Make sure your switch is off, okay? Do this with the switch off. Some of you may have caught that I just turned my switch off. Yeah. But seriously, it's not going to hurt it. Turn your switch off. It cuts the circuit. You're not going to short circuit anything. Give it ample time to dry, okay? Because any juice that has gone down in there and affected the sensor, just like it did on the Novo, that was what caused the auto firing. It's going to evaporate, and guess what it's going to take with it? It's going to take that juice that is a little bit more sticky. It's going to hold that sensor from pulling up. In this one, I know enough to know inside, as you pull, that sensor lifts up, or maybe it swings to the left, swings to the right, and it activates, it closes the circuit, which creates electricity flow, so on and so forth, and it hits. I noticed when mine stopped hitting, if I pulled hard enough, and I mean really, I mean it looked pretty, if I pulled hard enough on it, okay, it would fire. But I mean, who wants to like blow their lungs in or out, however that works? Is that imploding? It's definitely not exploding. That would be imploding. If I don't think that's relevant here. So to sum everything up, I'm all over the place today. I did not take my ADHD medication. I'm all over. Be conservative, please. But I am recommending that you drip a little bit of alcohol down in there with the switch off. The current is cut, and then let it evaporate. Give it ample time. Blow on it if you want to. Put it under a fan. I don't care what you do, but trust me, it did work for mine. So I'm going to set mine aside, give it a little while, and I'm going to see what happens and see if it'll actually start hitting again, okay? I ended up having to wait a little while, let it completely dry out. And you might be excited to hear this. I actually ended up taking it apart. Check that out. So I'm gonna separate the videos. This one's already long enough, but I will put up another video on how to take this thing apart. I figured while I'm at it, I might as well just take it apart, clean it out, make sure it's really good. It was interesting to see the setup here compared to the Novo as well. I'll post a separate video on that. This one's been long enough. Don't do what I did and pour alcohol all over it. Yes, it still works. See, I didn't take a very big hit, but it works fine now. I did clean it all out. Very happy with it. Again, do this all at your own risk, guys. But if you want to see the video, I will have it posted shortly after this one. Again, at your own risk. I'm not liable. I don't want the comment section blowing up with, oh, you made me break my mod. You made me break it. Like, I'm telling you guys, don't do this just because I'm telling you to. Because I'm not telling you to. I'm showing you what I did to fix mine. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being patient. But we'll catch you next time, all right?